Hi, my name is Enzo, and this is my proposal presentation for my Sensor IT product. There are three scenarios that I could have picked between, which was one of them was going to be a device for young children to prevent kidnappings, as it's an emergency button, a device for physically impaired people that struggle living, and an emergency button for athletes in threatening situations. I picked a device for physically impaired people that struggle in day-to-day living. My justification for this is, as there are 1.3 billion people around the world with significant disability, that is 1/7 of the world's population, and a lot of them need a device to support them. There's also the fact that people with disabilities are unable to use mobile phones sometimes and have trouble getting around the house. This links to the client brief, as there will be a fully functional tracking GPS system in it, and no matter where they are in the world, emergency services will be able to rescue them when they press the device. The button will be made of polyester plastic, which will be strong and yet light to carry, and the device fits in pockets easily as it's portable, and because it's a twist and press mechanism, it won't be pressed by accident. For advertising, I will create a video showcase that will present it. A video showcase that will help present to the general public and be easy to understand. As a video showcase, many people can watch. But for cost, it will cost around £20 an hour for cameramen to hire, and we'll most likely hire people within the company already to save costs. My prototype will be a video of someone in a wheelchair, unable to move around, falls off it, and when they fall off it and they can't call anyone for help, they'll be stuck there, most likely die. The alternate universe will be when they have the emergency button, they were to fall over and they were to get the button out of their pocket and press it and call emergency services for support. That's the end of my presentation.
Okay, great. I mean, quite short, but has good detail in there. You mentioned about your target audience, or you show it in the diagram. Who is your target audience?
My target audience is people who are physically impaired and, or other words known as disabled. So people who struggle around moving the house. So if they were, for example, again, fall over and need to call emergency services, but they can't get to their phone, the emergency button will always be with them, so they can press it and call them.
Okay. In which case, when you were doing your video, what would you put in there to appeal to them?
As I said in the video, a scenario where some of them have probably been in and it looks very scary to them. If you were to fall over in your house and you're unable to move, you'd probably be very scared. So this would relate for them and make them feel like this emergency button would help greatly benefit their lives.
Okay. Do you have any audio?
Audio in the video, yes, it will include audio, as obviously a video showcase has an MP4 video. MP4 videos can include audio anyways. So it will just be a normal showcase of how to explain this. In between the videos, when I switch to the alternate universe, there will be a video saying this would happen if we had the emergency button and it will switch.
So what audio would you include?
Onto the slide with the advertising. Once this one finishes and it talks about how they died and they could have needed help, while they're switching, it will say this would happen if you included our emergency button in the video, and then it will switch to the video.
Okay. Another thing I would say is, you currently talked about raising brand awareness. What would your opening shot be on your video, and then what would you include to raise the brand awareness, but also enable the target audience to find more information? So opening shot, what would be your opening shot?
Opening shot will be a video of just the video of them in a wheelchair to try to appeal to them straight away. So other people in wheelchairs will be like, oh, this is something that's similar to me. And then once they see the first scenario end, they'll realize, oh, maybe I've been in this situation before and it's quite scary. In between the cuts of the videos, there will be them explaining the button and how it works, this and that, and it will be this, as it cuts into the second video, it will be a showcase of that button and how it could have helped them.
Okay. Right, and then my last thing is that you mentioned about the costs. How much does it cost to produce?
For the video cameraman and the editor, it should be around £20 an hour each.
My last question is, where would you put the video?
Most likely on social media websites and such, but we might not have to use advertising, as we can create just a channel for the company and post it on there, and it will gain a couple of views. And if we were to advertise, it would cost around £1.75 per viewer.
Okay. So in terms of where you put the video, it'd be lovely to see your chosen platform and what the video would look like. So maybe a mock-up of the post, or maybe where you post it, and then just to see what I would see if I were to click on that channel, and then it would come up. Lovely. Thank you very much.
Thank you.